All right, firm foundation, EG2 key of A. I would say, at least according to the ISO, the whole beginning of this song, you can just play nothing all the way up until the first kind of he won't chord where it comes in, because after that you kind of have some parts. But before that, they're kind of playing just random ambient stuff. Like they're pretty much just picking around this, like the major scale, like just around this A inversion right here. Anything in that region is going to be fine, just with a lot of extra ambience and whatever on top of it. I think I'm going to try and probably play like a drone or something in there, something that kind of just has like the kind of pad feel. Like that kind of thing. I think I might do something like that inside that part. Again, you just kind of want to, you can use it as an opportunity to be creative or whatever, just kind of add something rather than trying to duplicate exactly what's in the track. I would either sit out or just play what feels and sounds good. EG1 is swelling there, so I wouldn't swell necessarily. Like you could just swell in a different register, that'd be okay. But I think I would either drone or just kind of lightly pick things around in that scale. So that's that. When you finally come in, you just kind of come in on the first he won't, and you're just kind of that deal kind of there. You want some extra ambience through that part, so you might have like a first stage. I don't think I use any delay on EG2 in any of this. I just think some of the parts are busy enough to where it doesn't really need it. I don't think it's there anyways. So you just want something that's got kind of a long tail on it for the he won't. And then when you get to the verse, you're kind of just picking through notes here. There's just a couple little riffs that you can learn that are through it. The first one is just, you're kind of just sitting on this one, and then they pick through this kind of like, and then you trace the melody line up here, and then it's all just through here, through around this regular A inversion, and then you kind of get your trace one more time. And then you're into the big chords. Again, you can kind of obsess over exactly what the parts are, but there's a couple parts where you want to trace the melody line. There's a couple parts where you can just really pick through. It's kind of the same as the intro. You're just like around a scale and making little accents. It's just giving that part a lift, that particular verse a lift dynamically, musically. Then you hit the big monster chords and you stay there all the way up until the bridge. And so there's not a whole lot to it. The chords just without all the monsterness. You got your just A chord. He won't, and then you got your sus. And then you're gonna be kind of power chord 6, 5. And then there's this kind of movement. So you're going to use almost everything. So occasionally you'll play the 6 as a full bar, but most of the time it'll be a power chord. The E5, and then the D is pretty open. And then for this you kind of want all power chords because you got, and then that's your 1/3 right there. So if that makes sense. And then just, crap tons of drive. Sorry, crap tons of drive. So hopefully that makes sense as far as that goes. Like that's really your main movement through all of that. Up until the bridge starts. When the bridge starts, you have something that sort of traces the melody line. Also, I just use the same settings I had for the first kind of verse 2 or whatever they call it there, where you've got some, like the stage 1, and you've got a long tail reverb with some ambience on it. And so then you come up here, and this is where you're kind of playing around here, that A inversion. So to stay kind of all in the box, you're kind of doing this, not like that. You're playing that pretty much four-ish times, and you're just increasing dynamics a little bit each time. So that's really where you're at for that. You may switch to the bridge pickup at some point. You'll for sure go up a drive level at one point. At some point you'll switch back to chords. E, which you can kind of come up here for this E, or just play the standard E, it doesn't really matter. 1/3. Here's 6. Then you're back to your just monster chords and less reverb, just to kind of... You hit your 2 here. Then you get a couple, there's 2 different riffs that show up right here at the end when you're kind of after the bridge. And the first one is this little walk down guy. Again, the thing that matters the most is really just the bass notes in that. So you hit your open D. You can add your middle finger into for that minor if you want to, but it's really just the tighter one. I build my and then you get another riff right here that's a little bit different. It's the only time this riff shows up in the song too, which is just so that's 6, 5, really 7, 1, 5. So whatever's easier. If you want to slide up to the 1 to the A right here, or if you just want to come to the normal A here, it doesn't matter, whichever one's easiest. And then I think that's it. I think you just trace all the lines out the same way. Like you're just following pretty much that same progression. And then you go back to the he won't fail part. And then the he won't. And that's pretty much it for the whole thing. So hopefully that is clear enough and it is helpful. Let me know if it's not.